Hello, hello. What is going on out there in the world today, folks? What do you think of the view up here? It's Remo back. We are out on my new Highway Haulin 3 map. Good news, the map is completely covered now. I've been just pushing away on it. I'm getting pretty excited about this release. It seems like everyone's looking forward to it so far. What we are actually doing right now is we are heading over to a new style of factory cargo pickup. We just left what you would probably call the environmental services facility. There's going to be a few missions involved with that, but we'll see as it comes. You can see I'm really starting to build out the buildings and areas and stuff right now, and really just starting to make it feel lived in. I've got the basic layout of the road system done. You can see we're missing some signs here. Obviously I must have got a little excited, wanted to get a video out here, and didn't put all that stuff in. So this factory idea here is actually from one of my new members of the channel. Yes, I've started a membership for this channel. I've always been a little hesitant, didn't think many would be interested, and there's some cool stuff like getting added into a map and so on, and this was a suggestion from the Artful Codger to see if I could use the warehouse. I've used it in previous maps, I think in the Aussie map and in the near north. And what we have set up here is a loading area. We're just going to hook up to this trailer and hop into the cat here. Now, the one thing that is going to be a bit of a pain with this little setup is not everyone's going to have the DLC. So you'll notice that I'm going to have a truck in here with a crane. That way everyone can utilize this. It's kind of a cool idea. There is this one launch pad building that the collision on the walls and stuff doesn't really affect the camera, so you can move around in here pretty freely. I've just thrown some stuff in here. I don't know what I am going to put in this building for cargo. Up for ideas if anyone has any of what we should have. Thoughts I had considered is maybe making this a crafting area where there's a few things like in other maps I've made, like the boilers craftable, railroad tracks. There's a few things that I think are fairly interesting. I'm not very good with this telehandler. That's one way to unload it, and I am positive that will pack. So we're gonna just park this sucker, hop in the truck. But regardless, any ideas of what we want to do, this is the truck that's going to be in here with a crane, so you can still have the same experience. And yeah, we'll just do some back road cruising on this map. I haven't driven on most of these roads. This is what I've been working on for basically since the last video. Finishing up, kind of filling in those last few areas, which was a lot of testing around with this, which seems to work, and that's awesome. Again, great idea, and I always try to work ideas that I can make happen into maps that everyone throws up. And again, the membership thing, I mean, it's just going to get you closer to the suggestion pile, writing into map, and you know, it helps support what I'm doing. I mean, I work full-time job just like everyone else, and I squeeze this in. To be honest with you, a vast majority of what I get done is usually between about 4 and 7 in the morning before everyone's awake, and I just quietly plug away. I am an early riser. That's my favorite time of the morning. You know, I don't remember where I heard it, but I live by the motto on this one of absolutely no one expects anything from you at that time in the morning, and it's just kind of a nice time to be up and about. I know a lot of people have a hard time waking up, but myself, nah, not a problem. I love that time. It's me and my pup, and just kind of hanging out and get something done for a little bit. Usually by the time I've done everything in the evening, I might spend an hour or two, an hour I should say, and I end up getting tired and dozing off. I do want to say again, thanks to Old Tony63 and the Artful Codger, my first official members of my channel. Thank you so much, guys. This little trail that we are cruising down here is going to be one of those shortcut trails. And you can see I'm liking how much rock and stuff is in the road, so it's enough that you can get around, but it's going to make you think about bringing a bigger trailer down here. It's going to be the quickest A to B route to get down. These factories are all up on a hill, which is actually going to be one of the gateways to the next maps. So you're going to have to use this route more as the region gets built, but it's got some tight turns in it. It's got big and small rocks, but not to the point where you can't get down it, but it's, you know, losing cargo would not be difficult. I've just chosen to bring, look at that, we got the rock stuck in there on the collision axles. Hopefully the tires catch and get over it. I picked this Western. This is one of my favorite trucks in the game. I don't know why. I just like the wide, stocky kind of build of it. I don't know. I was always a fan of skate shoes like that too. Like Osiris, usually was the shoe I would get, or DC's back in the day. But this is a good all-around truck. You can throw a high saddle trailer on it, or you can drag around. The step deck is probably my go-to trailer. It doesn't get hung up much, holds a fair bit of cargo. Wish it had capacity on the step up of the deck there, but you can still put stuff on it. So this is one of my favorite little rigs, especially for a Highway Haulin build like this, is trailer truck combo right here. Would love to know what everyone else likes to run on the Highway Haulin maps. I mean, it's a good opportunity to get some of those, especially vanilla trucks out that don't get a lot of run time in the, I don't want to say normal game, the off-road game, where this is a little more civilized. And again, we got some tough maps coming as additions to this region, but the general layout of this, as you can see, is going to be a pretty lived-in area. I am really pushing hard on trying to make this look realistic. Like, you know, I've put ditches along all the roads, the signage, which I still have a lot more to do. You know, speed signs and some of the animal signs and that kind of stuff, but I really want you to, you know, feel like it's an actual real world. And again, I've learned how to do it a lot quicker over the years. Geez, I must be over 50 maps now. And still got lots of ideas. I mean, this is 4 maps planned for this region. As soon as I'm finished this one, I know where I'm going with the next one. So this is going to be a real typical back road here. We're going to have a few farms. You can see, or I'm sure you've caught in your eye there in the background, is there's some windmills, and there are going to be some tasks for those. I don't know what they look like everywhere else, but we have a lot of them around my area that are just out in the middle of farmers' fields. It's a big thing, so I kind of worked that into it. Now, mind you, I didn't give you a flat field to go around. I didn't give you the roads in like you would have in real life, because we need a bit of challenge. There's a farm down in there. That's actually the access to get into the fields. Of course, you can choose to hop through the ditch there and try not to roll it. Tried to put some sort of crop in every field. This is actually a little campground in there that I'm just starting on. Got some campsites down by the river. That's just kind of the check-in building that we went by. I don't think I'm going to mark the corners on these back roads, the dirt roads. I think I'm just going to leave that kind of signage to the paved roads. Same with guardrails. This might be a touch aggressive here. Probably going to smooth that out a bit so you don't jump the truck. Although if it's something we want to leave in, let me know. Pretty happy with the roughness of the roads, and I'll stress it again. This is going to be the map where you have a bit of peace and you do some running around and building of a lot of stuff around the landscape. But the next map is going to be a logging map, and it's going to be a really focused logging map. I think this is the turn that we want to take. I'm already confused. I've been building this thing for what? I've probably got 50 hours into it at least. I try not to keep track. It's kind of like buying stuff nowadays. Maybe it's better not to pay attention sometimes. And I still get lost on these roads, which I really tried to intertwine them like they do more or less. They're a meandering grid system. So there is a lot of intersections and stuff, and you'll find, at least until you get to know the map a bit, that you'll be checking the in-game map. Just because they meander, but they end up kind of where you think they would go. That combined with the hills and stuff really helps make these maps play longer. Like, I mean, in the simplest of forms, if I build a road going up a hill at a nice incline, or if you have a steeper incline and you have some cutbacks on it, like you're traveling more distance. And again, the real talent is when you can do that without making the player just get bored and saying this is artificial difficulty, right? That's what I'm hoping I'm hitting here. I mean, I'm really trying to channel the Bennington map in the first Highway Hauling adventure. The Highway Haulin 2 map I'm quite happy with, but I might have gone a little overboard with some of the hills and stuff. I wouldn't change it. But live and learn. And we're going with a different style, and I'm trying to combine the two. Because Bennington was a pretty flat map. And here we are, after meandering through all those back roads, we're at the airport side of the map, which again is going to have another gateway here. It's going to be a 4-map region in the end. And you can, again, just see I'm starting to fill in some of the buildings around. You know, get these swampy areas, and they're all filled with mud, so if you want to just drive your truck through any of that stuff, I've tried to make some of the mud obstacles just what you'd see in real life, and instead in the game you can go and drive your truck through it where you're probably not going to do that. And here we are, we're just going to pull over at this gas station, which you'll notice it's a busy little spot, and I've tried to add in some tight turns with this kind of stuff. The other cool thing with that warehouse was having to back in to load the trailer, because the stuff's in there. Now you can whip it out the door and just load it, but let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon, everyone.